What's going on, y'all? This is Big Rendezvous, and you are hanging out with me and the pastor, Dr. Kelcey West, right here, spreading that love, boy.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. Guess what? No announcement this morning. We just live with the Takeoff Show. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live with the Takeoff Show. This is a special edition to the Takeoff Show. No particular flight discussion. This is just a day where I just wanted to come on and just say thank you. That's it. I wanted to come on, say thank you, amen, and talk about, amen, what's about to take place, because we are on the brink, amen, of embarking on our 28th annual HBCU tour. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. And so I am extremely excited for today, excited for, amen, the fact that we are about to work with another group of 56 students, amen. So I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. From a motivational standpoint, and just for the record, my name is Reverend Dr. Kelcey West. It's my honor, it's my pleasure to serve as your motivational pilot. It really is, man. I want to thank each and every sponsor, each and every supporter. I just want to take my time today because so many people have been a blessing to 32nd Street Theater. Our gala is coming up, the Sneaker Ball. Get your tickets. You can still become a sponsor. But today, I want to name names. I know we get in trouble for naming names, but I think you should name names. Amen. And so on today, I want the community to know, amen, that we have people who really do. They put their money where their mouth is. Shouts out, amen. I have 4 categories, amen, of giving for our tour. 4 categories of giving, and they're all named after my favorite R&B groups. The first box, amen, is for Troop, Spread My Wings. All I do is think of you, amen. And so Troop is one of my all-time favorite groups. Want to thank the late Joyce Thomas. She was one of the first people to sow a seed for this year's tour. Amen. Congressman Stephen Horsford stopped by Nehemiah one Sunday. Amen. And he blessed us, amen, with a donation for the tour. Want to thank the Bobbins family, man. They laced me with some custom new edition NE attire for the tour that I'm going to unveil starting tonight. I would like to thank, amen, one of our former students, amen, LaKenda Graham, amen, Blanchard, amen, want to thank her. Sadie's, amen, thank you for being a supporter, amen. Commissioner, amen, William McCurdy II. He had a hand in making sure a student went on this tour. SEIU made sure a student went on this tour. Want to thank Some New Marketing as I move over to Tony. Amen. We just lost Brother Wiggins. Tony is one of my favorite all-time groups. Did y'all hear what I said? We talking feel good anniversary. Amen. Tony is my group. In that box, amen, we got Some New Marketing. We got the Clark Law Group, who is no stranger to supporting us, amen. Want to thank the Urban Chamber, Development Corp, NAN, National Action Network. Want to thank Funnels Cafe. We have a special project we're going to be doing with them in the third quarter. Want to thank, again, one of our early sponsors, amen, came through early for us, amen, and that was Branch Insurance Group. Thank you so much, amen. The links Athletics Incorporated. They have been amazing supporters for almost a decade. I had a group of men who got together, amen. Elgin Williams, Eugene Gibson, Audrey Branch, they Marvin Holiday, Clement Carter, they got together. They made sure a kid went on this tour. Nicole Knight, amen. She has been a consistent supporter and teacher. She had a student she wanted to support. Now she's going. Sister Marion Abraham, who oversees our educational partnership at Nehemiah, amen. She came through, amen. My big sis, amen. Gwendolyn Barty Williams, amen. She got 2 grandbabies going on the tour, but she still sowed an amazing seed. Want to thank Dreamsicle. They came along this year and they wanted to do something special, amen. And so I say thank you to them and our partnership that is only going to grow. Want to thank my friend, my principal extraordinaire, Sister Stacy White. Amen. What an amazing heart. Amen. She's going to be joining the 32nd Street Theater team moving forward. Tony and Felice Mills, the Mills Foundation, thank you for being not only, amen, friends to the tour, but you are family. Thank you so much. Amen. Want to thank, amen, coming from up north, from the south to the north, amen. My friend, Assemblywoman Danielle Monroe Moreno, thank you so much, amen, for making sure a couple of kids went on this year's tour. My friends out of California, you can, when they were here for the fair, they said, Red, we want to make sure we sow into the program. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My good friend, amen, Larry Smith, amen, G5, you still got to introduce me to Cam. You know Paid in Full is my favorite movie, so please introduce me to Cam Newton. Amen. Want to thank IGP, amen. If you have any desire to get involved in stocks, I want you to reach out to the investment group partners. Reach out to Dr. Harold Elam, amen, and he will take care of you. Amen. New to the bunch, amen. New to the group this year, amen. We received a beautiful donation to help us pay for a couple of kids from Little Steps Early Learning Academy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, y'all know my favorite group, they go by the name of New Edition. And in that box, these are our big sponsors. These are the people, amen, who came through this year. And so I want to start off by saying thank you to the 100 Black Men. They are sponsoring our annual youth conference. Thank you, my brothers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then, ladies and gentlemen, our big sponsor, amen, the people, amen, who they're the Brook Payne for me this year, as they were last year. Las Vegas Raiders, thank you so much. Tonight we are flying out and we will be in black and silver. I've asked the whole group, amen, to wear their Raider gear. If it doesn't say Raider, wear black and silver. I never want to put a financial burden on families, but to show our respects. That's why even this morning I had to put on my black hat trimmed in silver, because we just want to say thank you to the Raiders. They made sure my chaperone budget was taken care of. And so thank you, Las Vegas Raiders. Somebody saying, well, Rev, I still want to be a blessing. Oh, I forgot, amen, CDL, amen, Donnell Thomas, one of our founding members, amen. He became a sponsor this year. I do not believe I've forgotten anybody. If I have, please understand it was not personal. Also, let me thank Kyle West Productions. Let me thank Genesis Media Graphics, Alex Cotton, for making sure, amen, we had what we needed. Nehemiah Ministries, thank you so much. And so I just want to say thank you. Somebody may want to know, here is the encouragement for today. Rev, give me some encouragement. How did this thing get started? You are 30 years later. You got the sneaker ball coming up on April the 19th, amen. Make sure, sir, make sure you get your tickets, amen. We want to put a ticket in your hand for the ball. April 19th, 6 o'clock at the Suncoast, amen, Hotel Casino. Make sure you're in the place to be. Rev, how did this happen, man? For real, what's the story? I'm going to tell the story today because there are few conflicting reports out there as to how it really, really went down. This is how the tour really started. Years ago, when I was a expelled student from UNLV. I did an East Coast tour. I flew into Baltimore to kick it with my boys, Dante and Spud, hung out with them in Baltimore, got a chance to experience some go-go music. So y'all know the time frame. I'm giving y'all the time frame. We are in the early 90s. I'm in Baltimore, Maryland. They were in the military, and so they said, "Man, come out, come kick it with us." So I had a blast. I was from there. My next stop was going to be Winston-Salem because my best friend Kevin Winton, that's where he attended and then eventually graduated from Winston-Salem. In between Baltimore and Winston-Salem, there's a school called Hampton University. My one of my childhood friends, amen, she was attending Hampton. So I told her, amen, Miss Ayana Hatchett, I said, I'm going to stop by and say hello to you on my way to Winston-Salem. I stopped to visit her at Hampton University. Ayana is a law student. Her father, the late Albert Hatchett, from Pontiac, amen. So she has always been into law. So I wanted to stop by and say hello to my friend. While she was in class, this is really the foundation of our tour. I'm on If you've ever been to Hampton, you know it's a beautiful campus. It sits on the water. So while I'm waiting for her to finish her classes, I'm just sitting back observing the people, and I'm seeing an image I had never seen before. I had seen athletes on campus because I was at UNLV with one of the greatest basketball teams ever assembled. So I'm at UNLV with Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, Moses Scurry, Anderson Hunt, Greg Anthony, George Ackles, Everett Gray. I'm at UNLV with that squad, so I know Stacey Augmon. I know what athletes look like on campus. I'm at UNLV, amen, during the BBD, that Poison album, so I know what it looks like to see college students. That's back when we were rocking the cross colors, the Carl Kanais. That's when the black labels, the fashions was at its highest. We were rocking that stuff, but this is what I did not see. The only cat who really dressed, it was a few cats who dressed up like that, but when I was at Hampton, I saw black men in suits. I saw black men carrying briefcases, but this is the foundation to the tour. I saw black men carrying umbrellas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my Hampton umbrella that I purchased back during that trip. I want to say 91, 92. I have held on to this umbrella because this is the foundation for the tour. I simply wanted high school students to see what I saw because it was that image of black men. It was that image of men, amen. They just had a different look. They had a different focus. That day, that moment, that image forever changed my life. So, ladies and gentlemen, why do I do what I do? I do what I do because people need to be exposed. And so the purpose of today's Takeoff show is simply to encourage somebody, allow yourself to be exposed. So often we stay in our boxes, we stay on our street, we stay on our side of the town, we only read one magazine, we only watch one channel, we only listen to one artist, and we just never get exposed. Had I not journeyed from Las Vegas to the East Coast, had I not went to Baltimore, which is a totally different flavor than Virginia, which is a totally different flavor from Charlotte, which is a totally different flavor from Atlanta, which is a totally different flavor from Florida, which is a totally different flavor from Mississippi and Louisiana, ladies and gentlemen, I may not be who I am today. So, ladies and gentlemen, when people ask me, they say, Rev, how many kids have gone on your tour and graduated? I don't know. Rev, how many kids have attended HBCUs or PWIs? I don't know. I didn't track that. What I tracked is this, and this is the report I'm proud to admit. We have a 100% exposure rate. That's our rate. 100% of the kids who have gone on our tour have been exposed to a different world. That's it. That has been the tagline since the first tour. Come and see what a different world looks like. So shouts out, amen, to that show that also changed my life. That show up there with the movie School Days. Shouts out to one Mr. Spike Lee, who I got a chance to meet on the campus of Morehouse one year. We were on an HBCU tour. I want to say this was maybe 2004-ish. We were on the campus of Morehouse. I'm in the elevator. I hear somebody say, "Hold that elevator." So I hold it. In walks one Mr. Spike Lee, a true highlight to our tour. And so that movie, School Days, amen, that was an amazing cinema production that really kick-started, amen, what became a change in our culture. Because once upon a time when you watched TV, you saw people like on Martin, you saw people on Living Single, you saw them rocking HBCU paraphernalia. You saw HBCU paraphernalia throughout hip-hop because it was during that time when we had conscious rap. Amen. Before there was gangster rap, before we had ratchet rap, we had conscious rap, and they were rocking HBCU paraphernalia. And so we just had a different mindset back then. I remember, amen, on 3 occasions, I met Sinbad on 3 occasions. So shouts out to Mr. Sinbad. May he continue to recover, amen, from that stroke that he had. But I had, the first time I met him was on the campus of UNLV. He was our guest, the Black History, the Black Student Union. We always was hosting something special, but he was our guest one year. I remember that particular day was a beautiful day on the campus of UNLV, and Sinbad brought dancers, and people were hyping me to get on stage and battle his dancers, and I'm glad I didn't, because it was a show. They weren't there to battle dance, but they were dancing, and they were good. They were good. They were good. I'm not gonna say who would have won, but let me just say your boy would have held his own. But Sinbad, I met him that day, and then I had a couple other opportunities to meet him. But whenever I met him, we would always exchange compliments. I would thank him for what he did with A Different World, and then in return, he would thank me for hosting these HBCU tours. But I want to say this right now. Thank you to the character, Dwayne Wayne. Thank you to the character, amen, Whitley Gilbert. Thank you to the character, amen, Denise Huxtable, that really started it all. And so thank you to Bill Cosby for launching off of the Cosby Show and giving us A Different World. Thank you to the world's greatest choreographer, Debbie Allen, for saving the show. She had to jump in and she saved A Different World because that show was dying. And so my heart is full this morning. I'm putting the finishing touches on our tour. I'm about to do one of the last steps for me, and that's just assembling the name badges. There's an order that I like to do stuff to ensure I don't forget stuff. And so I'm just grateful this morning. But I really wanted to tell the story because people don't know. This umbrella saved my life. I was expelled from UNLV. I really didn't understand college. I didn't really know how to graduate. And that particular trip, that particular moment really changed my life. And so I'm just grateful. I'm truly grateful that I was exposed to see us in a different light on that day. On the campus of Hampton University. Again, I want to encourage everybody, allow yourself to be exposed. I talk to a lot of people, amen, and there are a lot of people who talk in international language, but they don't even own a passport. And I often want to ask people, how in the world are you international and you don't even have a passport? So, ladies and gentlemen, Get what you need. Get what you need. Amen. And get you a passport so that you can travel, because there is just so much to see in this world. Get you a passport so you can travel overseas and you can really, amen, see just how beautiful the world is. God has created so much for us to witness, so much for us to see. And a lot of times, amen, we think the world looks like what we see day to day, but that is just not the case. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I just wanted to come on. I wanted to tell that story. I wanted to share how all of this started, because I want people to know the foundational story behind this. So I'm going to solicit your prayers today. I ask that you truly, truly keep us in prayer as we embark on our 28th annual HBCU tour. Ladies and gentlemen, you all be blessed today. I may jump back on a little bit later, but this morning, that's my word for today. I only have one word for today, and it is exposure. Amen. Let's get back to family vacations. Remember, once upon a time, people used to go down south. We used to have family reunions. You don't hear people talking like that anymore, where families are going on trips. Amen. You don't see a lot of families, amen, going to amusement parks. You don't see a lot of families, amen, really investing in man, one of my favorite trips, and we're about to launch something special with DC. Man, children need to go to DC. In Michigan, that's our 8th grade rite of passage. We go to DC. Kids need to go to DC. They need to see the monuments. They need to go in the museums. And I just believe every child deserves that trip. I believe children need to see national parks. I believe children need to see some of the great bridges. But if you have the budget, I think children need to see the pyramids. I think children need to see animals in their natural habitat. A great trip to take your children is to Alaska. The whales, man, just to see the whales and to see the ice, man, just to see nature. Children need to be exposed. So I want to thank my parents, amen. My dad, Mac West, my mother, the late Sandra Kay. Thank you for allowing me to be exposed. Thank you for signing permission slips. Thank you, amen, for investing, allowing me to go on trips, amen. I remember in elementary school, we went to Chicago and Toronto, and that was through WHRC, with the Whitman Human Resource Center. They took us on those trips. Man, I became addicted to travel. I remember in the 6th grade, our family, we went to Las Vegas. First time I came out here. Man, that was an amazing experience. But I've been blessed, amen. We would travel. We would go down south, visit family in Louisiana and Texas. Those trips helped shape my life. I remember as a child, my favorite magazine outside of Ebony and Jet was National Geographic. I used to always, amen, study maps. The globe was one of my favorite toys. And I would just spin it and put my finger on the globe and say, one day I'm going to go there. And then we had encyclopedias. So I would look at the place, go to the encyclopedia, look it up, and then try to imagine myself going there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to admit the little boy who put his finger on the continent of Africa, I've been blessed to go there 3 times. 3 times, man. I cannot believe it. I've been in Africa, amen. Zimbabwe, Zambia, Johannesburg. God is amazing to allow me to fly over an ocean my ancestors had to sail under. I'm going to say it again. I've been blessed to fly over the ocean my ancestors had to sail under, and that is nothing but the grace of God. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you today, allow your kids to get exposed, allow them to see something else, allow them to experience something else. And then when we go to places, man, try the culture, amen. I don't like to go places and not ask them, man, what's your main dish? Amen. Give me your coffee. Let me taste your coffee. Coffee tastes different when you travel, amen. The strongest coffee I've ever had in my life is Ethiopian coffee. And I had it, we were in Barcelona. We stopped in Barcelona on our way to Rome. And the man told me it's half of this. You only need half of this. And he said, you only need 1 cup. I said, man, I'm a grown man. I need a full cup of coffee. He said, are you sure? I said, yeah. And so he gave me a full cup of Ethiopian coffee. I didn't blink for 2 days. I could not blink for 2 days. I was so wired. I was so up. I just sat on the edge of the bed, just clicking the remote because I could not sleep. Coffee tastes different. Amen. And so that's just another reason why when I share with you that I love to travel, I do. I love to make sure kids are exposed. Amen. So ladies and gentlemen, you all on this day, be blessed, be blessed, be blessed. And as always, thank you for letting me be myself. Amen. Hello? Hey. I'm sorry, say it again. No, that's what I need. I need you to fill it out for me real quick. I couldn't write on it on my end. Hold on. That's the one. That's the hotel one. Okay, hold on.